On is brought to you by the Bucks County Community College.
In the early 1970s, as the Watergate scandal and the end of the Vietnam War captivated audiences throughout the world, history was also being made under head coach Chuck Kane at the football field of Pennsbury High School.
We had the first undefeated team Pennsbury ever had in 25 years.
The 1970s was one of the most successful in Pennsbury history.
It was run like big business under Chuck, there's no question. We learned a lot. We had a good group of coaches.
Definitely.
It was a great experience. Otherwise, it's evident by the number of people that come back after 40-some years.
This whole thing was brought about for the legacy of Coach Kane. He's 80 years old, he looks fantastic.
And over 40 years later, hundreds of former players and their families reunited with their head coach Chuck Kane at the Pennsbury football game versus Council Rock North.
It's neat to see the kids, they look so young. Like I yelled at the guy that had my jersey on, my number from 40 years ago, and he just looked at me like, okay, dude, that's, yeah, you have no chance of getting this now.
I think it's wonderful. They're still friendly with each other, and they go out of their way, it seems, to help each other. And that's what I like about it.
It all started under the coaching expertise of Chuck Kane back in 1970.
It's neat to just see him, and you can still recognize him. Like these guys, we went to elementary school together. Yeah, and to see some of these guys, it's just awesome.
Time goes by quick, I'll tell you that. It's 40-some years, but it's good to come back and honor guys like Chuck who taught you a lot of values, and we had some phenomenal teams and see some of the old guys. A couple of them are gone, and some of them are sick, so that's part of the reason I came back too.
For the former Falcons, a lot has changed since the 1970s when their field didn't even have lights on it, back before they played in the Suburban 1 League.
We used to be in the Big Seven before they kicked us out. And then we used to go up to Bethlehem, Allentown, Easton, and play up there under lights. But we never had lights, so you see the improvements around here, it's pretty cool.
Although their days of taking the field in orange and black may be in the past, the legacy of the 1970 to 1975 Falcons football teams will never be forgotten.
Brings back goosebumps.
We were a legacy in the time, and it was all under Chuck's direction.
And after honoring the legacy teams of 1970 to 1975, the Falcons went on to defeat Council Rock North. For more high school football coverage, as always, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at HS Game On. Reporting from Pennsbury High School, I'm Renee Washington.